So the last Kolkata derby has grabbed the headlines not for any man of the match, not for any goal scorer, or not any special moment, but it's for referee. And that's why today in this episode we're gonna discuss about how horrific has been Indian refereeing recently in Indian Super League. Hi, this is Rahul on behalf of Revsportz and joined by Snehasis and Rohan. So obviously, recently it has been really frustrating for the players, for the coaches, even for the stakeholders. The way I mean, in worst scenario, refereeing has grabbed the headline in many games, especially in this ISL. It has caught spectator eyes lot of times. There are many matches which has taken a different turn because of a referee's decision. So first, I would like to go to Rohan on this. Which is the the moment that the first moment that comes to your mind when we talk about the worst refereeing in this ISL.
This is a very important topic to be discussed, I believe, because this has been a regular issue for quite a long time now in Indian football. In one of our live shows, also, there has been comments mentioning about Maradona's hand of God and other such stories. But the main point is that that was in 1986 and this is 2025, and still we are making such mistakes and that was one of thing. Okay, so let's not compare all those things with the regular happenings that is happening.
It's a weekly thing now.
It's a weekly thing now. So to focus on the ISL, mainly the ISL, we have seen lot of incidents that has changed the fate of the game, which perhaps can cost any team, not mentioning any particular team, but can cost them the league, the championship. For me, for instance, the very first thing that will come to my mind is East Bengal versus Mohammedan match, where that in the 35th minute, I guess.
Yep. In
East
the
Bengal-
30th game.
So East Bengal were down to 9 men in just one instance. So
Yes.
first, I think Nanda Shekhar.
Yes.
Nanda and Naurim back to back
Nanda
to red
got the
card.
card, and in that move only the player did not start even. Nanda, Naurim Mahesh got a bit frustrated. He kicked the bottle and was shown the second yellow, and he was sent off. So such incidents, there has been a lot of discussions on that incident that it could have been avoided, but it was too harsh on part of the referee to give on the 30th minute two red cards back to back and actually handicapping that game. So
Absolutely.
that match, East Bengal drew that match after a long losing streak. That match could have changed East Bengal's fate in that game and going forward.
Absolutely. Even I have spoken to an elite referee in ISL, and he has clearly mentioned that referee could have avoided the second yellow card because he totally ruined such a high stake game like Mohammedan versus East Bengal. It's like a mini derby in Kolkata. So he totally spoiled that game. Fortunately, East Bengal somehow salvaged at least 1 point from that game. Credit goes to Oscar Buzo and his 9 men. The way they fought till the end. Then Snehasis, any other match which comes to your mind when we talk about this kind of worst refereeing scenario?
Yeah, obviously, I think the Hyderabad versus East Bengal match. I think
Absolutely.
the Hyderabad goalkeeper, the way he threw his leg, I will say, Clayton Silva was there, and the height that his leg went up. I think that was clearly a
That goalkeeper Arshdeep Stad was
Yes,
clearly on Clayton's stomach.
chest.
The
Yeah.
goalkeeper did not have any intentions
To take the ball.
for going for the ball.
Yes, absolutely.
And the worst case about that incident was
Not even the yellow card.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it reminds of a fatal incident way back in Indian
Yeah,
football that
absolutely,
happened
absolutely.
with Brazilian forward Junior.
Yes.
So we all know what happened in that incident, unfortunate incident. And it was exactly like that, and a lot of former players also raised their voice. Shilton Pal, former Mohun goalkeeper, he raised his voice on social media, and it's kind of concerning, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was clear, evident. It was not that it is a small tackle or something. So it was visible for everyone. Another match I remember, it is against Mohun Bagan. I think for Punjab. I think Pulga Vidal. You remember that two yellow cards. I thought that one
So
was
soft, so
soft and very unnecessarily given. So it's not about only Mohun Bagan or East Bengal or Mohammedan. It's about all teams. Every week in, week out, every teams are getting affected, and their results in every matches are getting affected. So it's not a good sign for Indian Super League.
You tell one of your memories.
But I think most of the time East Bengal has been on the receiving end because not only against Mohammedan but also against Odisha. I still remember that Jigsan Singh, he didn't even touch Mauricio's face, but the way Mauricio acted, it convinced the referee
Yes.
to send off Dixon Singh. I mean, ISL referee, obviously, some are claiming that referee has been improved a lot in the recent years, but these referees are not even that much confident. They are just convinced by some play acting of some players.
And
I mean,
even if 2 or 3 players come and gather and
Yeah.
put pressure, they are kind of influenced by the players' pressure.
absolutely, I think in this East Bengal, they have to overcome so many hurdles, and one of them is obviously referring. I know fans are raising their voices. I think they don't have any other thing to do apart from that. And when we talk about East Bengal, the recent moment that comes to our mind is obviously in the Kolkata Derby. That handball at the stroke of half time, that Apuya, that ball clearly touched Apuya. Okay, I know maybe the referee that was not clear on referee's vision, but he could have taken the help of the linesman, Rohan.
Uh, Actually, we mentioned a lot of about this incident on that day's live, the previous next day's live, and it has become it is now becoming a habit for discussing about those incidents, but the things are not changing. It was a clear handball. I spoke to former East Bengal captain Shomik. He mentioned that it was 100% a penalty because if you see clearly, the hand was clearly away from his body and not close. Another incident where Liston he deliberately raised his arm to actually get control of the ball. So these are various instances where the refereeing bad decisions are costing teams. I'm not mentioning only East Bengal, costing teams points which might be clean at what to say important, vital for the
Longer run of the season.
longer run of the season.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not against two Kolkata Giants. I mean, in almost every match, if we count in every 4 or 5 games, there are 2 or 3 such moment where referee has totally changed the game because of a wrong decision. Even I think today only Punjab has sent a written statement to referee
happened in
chief
the Northeast game?
Trevor Kettle, because in that game as well, just before the derby, the referee totally changed the tide of the game. So it's really getting frustrating day by day. Even if you remember against, I think, Kerala Hyderabad, the match was going on that where the ball touched one defender hands. Clearly the referee was close to him, but still he couldn't couldn't even
That's the more concerning.
Yep.
The referees are in a good spot to observe that. Still, they are doing the wrong things. So that's
Even in the derby match, a corner, Mohun was denied a corner, a clear corner.
it was clearly from
what
the
was linesman doing? I mean, they are there only to raise flag whenever the ball goes out or so.
And let's not talk about offside. Indian football linesman and offside has always been a problem. I have been watching football for quite now, maybe 18, 19 years.
Obviously.
I'm watching.
So what's the way forward for you guys?
Well, I have talked about this at length in our previous past live show, and I firmly believe this is a good way forward. I don't know if any steps have been
Taken or
concretely made on this way or not. That is, take full-time referees under the federation salary pay package, where the referees can focus fully on refereeing as
And
their
training will be given.
as their full-time job, where they will be paid a salary, they will be trained, they will be doing this job day in and day out, and not focusing on any other things other than refereeing. So I think that's a very important way forward. And of course, technology is all there. VAR, it can be brought in, maybe a VAR light may be brought in, maybe something else. But
Something could
this
be
is a way to improve to reduce human errors. And
Yes.
the technology part comes
No, I
in.
think the first point that Rohan mentioned is really true. The referee also deserve, I think wealthy salary just like the players as well. I mean, how else they will focus on their job? I think AIFF is doing some sort of work on their part as well. I think, but the number is very few. I just got to know, there are only 12 contractual referees. I think they need to increase this number if they really want to improve refereeing in India. I will go to Snehasis. Snehasis, is there any other way forward apart from this, and how can we improve refereeing in Indian football?
No, I will say, just like players, we talk about grassroots level improvement and all. I think for referees also, we can do that. What I am saying that if you see the FIFA tournaments and all, they have a different panel set of referees. They train every day. They before the tournament have special camps and all. So for
because that's a job.
exactly. So that's a job.
In India, it's a side job, not a full-time job.
Exactly. Even I think when you are planning to to do a league like ISL in any country, I'm saying you're not only focused to improve your players. When when you doing a tournament like that, all the stakeholders related to that
Absolutely.
you have to improve. So referees are an integral part of the game, as as the players are. So I think overall, when you talk about broadcasting, everything, and referees and players, everybody you need to get improved. Otherwise, the main focus, the main aim of the league will be not be fulfilled anyway.
I think in Premier League also, things were going like this, just like India, fans, teams, coaches, players, they're all getting frustrated. And that's when, they found a way, that is VAR. I don't know when VAR will come to India, whether it is even possible in the upcoming 10 years or not, but there is one cheap way, that is video referral system. Recently it has been tried in one under 17 women's World Cup and even in under 20 World Cup, that is video referral system, where I think it's the cheapest way. It doesn't require that many cameras that is required in VR, less than that, and where the coaches of the respective teams will have, I think, one or two review where they can ask referee for a review if they find any decision controversial.
It's much like cricket
DRS
DRS.
system.
The
Absolutely.
team will have a chance to actually ask for review. I think the coach will have the right to ask for the review. And even if that is not available at the moment, why don't you take the broadcast help? Because we can clearly
the
see
highlights.
we can clearly see from the our television
Slow
sets.
version highlights.
We can see from the television. Why don't you take help of that one? I think that's another issue if the tournament committee agrees to this law. I don't know.
Whatever happens, you cannot run a league in this way, because in every game, it's getting frustrating. Either bring VR if you can afford, or do something else, either improve refereeing or bring some cheapest way of VR. At least save Indian football, because I don't know when relegation promotion will start, but the moment relegation will come to ISL, I think
These teams
Indian
will
Super
make a
League
big
has
impact.
no other way to run the league except they bring VR. So I will end this video on that note.